Did you know you can vote from here?
As an American, you can vote wherever you are, but time is running out. If you don't have your ballot by early October, get your backup ballot, or FVAP, at FVAP.gov.
If you are a U.S. citizen living here in Tunisia and want to vote in the 2024 federal elections, there is still time. You need to first register and then receive your ballot. This applies to anyone who is a U.S. citizen, at least 18 years old, and absent from your voting residence. If you're here in Tunisia, this applies to you. Voting is easy through the Federal Voting Assistance Program. You need to 1. Register and request your absentee ballot, and 2. Fill out and send your ballot when it arrives. Go to FVAP.gov to start the process. Select your state to check the deadlines. Then let's start the process. You need to first register and request your absentee ballot with the Federal Postcard Application, FPCA. Click on your county, then your status. Fill out your personal information. Under voting residence, put your address in the U.S. It's important that it is a physical address and not a P.O. box. For overseas citizens, it is usually the last place you lived at in the U.S. before moving overseas. You do not need to have any current ties with this address. Use the mailing address screen to enter where you want the ballot sent if you choose to have the ballot sent by mail. If you are a citizen living overseas, this address must be outside your voting district. Select how you'd like to receive your ballot. We encourage you to request your blank ballots be delivered electronically, by email, download, or fax depending on your state. Verify your information in the next page. Then print your FPCA package via PDF. The website will tell you whether your state allows the FPCA to be returned electronically or whether you must submit a copy with an ink signature. If you must return a paper version, download your envelope, which you can print. Then subscribe to voter alerts, which is optional. And then finish. Once you get your ballot, make sure that you sign your ballot to have it counted. That's step 2. What if your ballot doesn't arrive in time? Then you can still use the federal write-in absentee ballot as a backup. You need to check to see whether your state will accept the federal write-in absentee ballot as both your voter registration and ballot. Some states will accept it if received before both the registration and ballot request deadlines. You must be registered to vote and have already requested a state absentee ballot in order to use the federal write-in absentee ballot. If your state doesn't allow you to return your registration or ballot via email, you can still do so free of charge at the U.S. Embassy in Tunis, Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the consular entrance without an appointment. We anticipate it will take 4 weeks between receiving the FPCA or voting material and your election office receiving them. Each state has a different registration and voting deadline, so we will continue to accept ballots and registration through the election, though we cannot guarantee that mail sent with us will arrive in time to be counted if we receive it later than this time frame. Frequently asked questions. Are you already registered to vote? You can check by going to the elections website of the state where you were last registered. If you received citizenship through your parents, some states will allow you to base your voting residence on the last state where your parent or legal guardian was registered. Please check FVAP.gov for state-specific information. Your election office only uses your voting residence address to determine if you are eligible to vote in that jurisdiction and which ballot to send you. Your election office will not send any voting materials to this address. Some states may release another ballot to your overseas location, but will use the signature on the signed ballots to verify it prior to acceptance. Make sure to sign your ballot. Check your state or local election board for the policy in your jurisdiction. For questions like this and more, go to FVAP.gov's FAQ site.